Hey everybody, welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. Okay, today I am a little off schedule. I could not work early morning because we were doing college registration for my little baby who's going to be a freshman. So that became priority. And my nano goals are still here. I'm ready to start. So I'm excited for anyone that has found my channel, subscribed lately. I love building the author community, and it's pretty much a working session. The whole timer thing was messing me up. I'm going to be honest. So I'm pretty much like, okay, I'll type some, I'll research some, I'll come back over to the chat. So if you're catching this for the first time and you're expecting like a 17-minute sprint, the way that I was doing my sprints earlier in the summer, that's not how I'm working this adult thriller. This is just a completely different beast. When I was doing the 17-minute sprints, it worked wonderfully for my horror comedy MG. So with my middle grade writing, it was quick, it was sustained, I was there, I was able to go. With this one, it is a lot more intensive. So I'm going to throw my banner up here just to let people know what I'm doing. I'll pop back and forth between writing and the chat, and hopefully we'll have some people here. And if you're catching this on the replay, thanks again just for supporting me and hanging out. So I am going to pull up, like I do every day, and review where I'm at, where my Jamboard is, kind of directing me where I need to go for the day. I'm in now chapter 11, so I'm going to make a new sticky note. And I already know, oh, I'm in chapter 12. What am I talking about? And I'm dating it. Let's see. I've got it up here, chapter 12. Okay. Sam and I brainstormed, that's my child, yesterday, and he was like, Mama, don't forget to put an idea down. And I was like, that one's just too good for me to forget. But I'm still adding it to my Jamboard just in case. Life happens and I forget. I also have my NaNoWriMo website up. Made a post this morning to my cabin in the woods. Hey, better days are here. Glad to see that you've joined us. I'm just pulling up all of my stuff before getting started. I do kind of like a morning check-in of where I'm at, kind of set up my Jamboard. That helps me keep up with my own goals apart from the Nano website. And I just love the colors of the Jamboard. And you can let me know what you're working on. Chapter 12 is going to be a really cool one for me. I have not went back in and read chapter 11 this morning. I haven't had time. I did a quick beta read for a friend instead of focusing on my own work. And then I worked with my kids' college registration portal, and I stuck by him while we went through that process. And sometimes I wish that I could like do this before I go live, like actually just sit and read, but I'm ready to write. I'm going to go just to the last, I'm on page 111. I'm just going to go to the last chapter. Here we go. So chapter 12 They are going to be going to the prison. So my main character, Heather Moody, has put away a Crystal Falls serial killer. And now there's another string of murders that the FBI, they had brought in a profiler. No one could match. No one could really see anything. They were just saying randoms and all of this through cold case files. But my girl gets her thing and gets the cases. And she says, wait a minute, this is too much. This is, she starts to see the threads. And a reporter comes in who's named after my aunt. I didn't know that was happening until like yesterday. And the reporter burst in with a couple of names and says, I'll give you the names. You give me an interview. And she's like, I could, arrest you for obstruction of justice. And afterwards they say, look, give her a little bit. She really helped us out. So they're about to go into the prisons right now. Oh, foster care. I will tell you that books like that are so needed. Better days are here. I will say, please continue to do this work, and I will be praying for you as you go forward with that. Are you working this through Nano, or are you just doing it outside of the camp? Is it for middle grades? Is it an early reader, or is it for young adult? I ask this because I'm a high school teacher. I teach ninth grade, and I'm always looking for books that have different perspectives. Is it middle grade or YA? All right. We have yeah. The middle grade books are ones that I love. I have a young adult book club right now called Soul Food Book Club on Goodreads, and we're reading Warcross right now. And she left school and pretty much been on her own since her dad died. But it's more YA. But I know in our book club we're going to be doing some middle grades books too. If that's something that you would be interested in, we would love to have you over in Goodreads with us. But I love middle grades too. That's one of my places. I can't wait till your book comes out. You email me when that book comes out. Here, I'm going to put my email up here, and so that way you can screenshot it. You can have it. So that way when you finish, I'm going to be praying and celebrating with you. And that's not my email. That's my website. Ha ha, hit the wrong thing. There. I am learning my little, let me know how things are going for you. All right. And now I'm going to hide all these little tickers that I got set up. And I'm going to put back up what I'm doing in case people pop in and they'll know we're writing. We're having our work session together. They won't think I'm just like randomly staring out, putting out spells, because that's so not what I'm doing. I am in chapter 12, about to enter into an interview session with a serial killer.
Uh, I just came back. Do you have a timer? I tried the timer in the work session in the writing sprint, and it was really messing me up. So I actually set like a stopwatch, and I was really hitting like 21 minutes. How have you found it worked for you, like a time for you? I'll pop back and forth between what I write, what I'm researching, between the chat. Oh, let's see. My boss just emailed me with some links for books. Haha. Yeah, I could do a 20-minute. I'll do a 20-minute for you. Okay, we're good to go. 20 minutes. I don't have the fancy one. Sorry.
14 minutes. That scared me. 7 more minutes on my timer. Okay, we've got 10 seconds left on our timer. Yeah, I was wondering, like, how you do your sprints, like what works effectively for you. Yesterday and the day before, when I would sprint, I would just like be so into it that I wouldn't stop after and the next thing I look up and it's like, oh wow, this working session, not a sprint, has been very productive. And I would push through and get to the word count that I needed, not just for Nano, but I like to work on a chapter a day. So it can range. With this adult thriller, my chapters are ranging from like 2,200 words to 3,400 words. It's just according to the completeness of the chapter. So I don't know how you guys are setting your goals each day, but that has pretty much worked for me. And then I can go back and work in the afternoons on my sweet romance. So I'm working serial killer right now, and then teacher materials for the afternoon for my book coming out soon. So now I'm going to go check and just see what my progress was in this first sprint, since we actually did calculate 20 minutes. See what I got today. I realized that I was repeating a scene and it was like a nickname, and then I had to delete it. I was like, why did I write that? I think I've already, sure enough, I went back and it was in one of the earlier chapters. And I would rather just leave it probably in the earlier chapters. So I did 836 words in our first round. Yeah, I used to do that too. Just write throughout the day. I did that. And then I realized that I needed a little bit more structure for myself, because that's all I would be doing, would just be writing. And I have got to create materials for a book coming out in August. And so I'm a month away, almost a month away from my big release. And I just get sucked into the story and I can't pull myself out of it. I was very prolific that way last summer. And then I realized this summer, I just could not be that way anymore. So I've taken on a new strategy, and it's actually been very productive for me. So now that I've got 836 in this chapter, we know that's definitely not going to work for me. I'm not close to the end of the chapter. They made it into the room where they wanted to interrogate the serial killer first without the reporter showing up. So they gave the reporter a different time. And of course, the reporter shows up earlier and is already waiting for them. So she's like, doggone, can I just have time with him first, off the record, without all these cameras? And so she has this moment where she says the surprise, but she has to pull herself back in because she realizes it's already being recorded. And she's going to have them cut the camera and say, look, we've got to have some boundaries here, because there are some secrets that she doesn't want revealed, and she doesn't want them to know everything of how she caught that serial killer. She doesn't want all of that truth to come out. And one of them is how a family member also helped her with that. So she's trying to actually keep all of that under wraps. That's how it's going in my head right now. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this interview. That's what I'm up to writing. How far have you gone in your memoir? Are you in your first draft? Are you doing edits? Like for me, I'm in the first draft of this novel currently. I've finished a middle grades fantasy, The Fae of Averley, and then I finished Bad to the Bone, which is a horror comedy for middle grades. I finished both of those before walking into Nano. The book that's coming out now is Sweet Potato Jones. That's my YA contemporary fiction, published through Sweet Romance. So I'm actually getting a sweet romance published. August 18th is my release day. It is about a homeless family. So I absolutely love that book. Can't wait for it to hit. Hope it will be a blessing to many. But this one now, this adult thriller I'm working on, this one probably will not reach the light of day until 2021. So I have these, I had the fantasy, the horror comedy, and now I've got this adult thriller, which is my serial killer one. These three are going to be workings for 2021. So I am going to try to, look for agent representation, possibly doing all of that. But I have a lot of time because of the editing and everything that I'm going to have to do. Yeah, I want it too. I want to see what happens. I don't, okay, I'm not a plotter. But I really tried to think through the third act with this book because I love watching Alexa Dawn. She's another author here on YouTube, and she was plotting thrillers and talking about thriller plots. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to really try. So I thought out my ending. I've got my foils or the red herrings, whatever I call them, foils. So I kind of know all of these little things. I just want to see how it comes all together. So I'm in Act 2 right now. And there's something, it was funny. I was trying to talk to one of my other writer friends, and I was like, look, I can't tell you like how many serial killer documentaries and cult documentaries I have watched in my life and I have studied. And now all of it is coming together. So it's like cult, serial killer, and it's through the eyes of the detective because my Aunt Dot, who is my elder, who reads, and she's beta reading right now, she's read all of my work. She's like, if you talk from the serial killer point of view, I can't read it. So she pretty much told me from day one when I threw out the ideas to her, she was like, I can read it from an investigative standpoint. And so that's the POV I took. So I've got Heather Moody on the case right now. So I could show you my new book cover before. Right now I can spend hours looking at images. So for the next writing sprint, we're going to hit a clock for 20 minutes again, if that would be helpful to you. But I want to show you this really quick because it has made a lot of progressions. Let's see how many I've actually made 21 covers, and then the one that I like the most. Here we go. I'm going to show you. So you guys will get like a sneak peek of the cover. There's my cover. And so I love how the veins, like the tree looks like her veins. Like she's a living, breathing, this whole thing. And the tree, of course, is symbolic in the book. There it is. There it is. Okay. There is the cover. Super love that cover. My son really helped me. Like, I would keep saying, is it this one or is it this one? And he'd say, no, the one with the tree. And I was like, was it this tree? No, the first one with the tree. Thanks. I love it. I love it. Who knows? It might change, but right now, that's what I'm going with. I always make my book covers between chapters 1 and 2. There is something about that is just my process. I know everybody has a way to do things. And I understand that it can change, and the tagline changed. Like at the top, it used to say a Heather Moody mystery, and then my friend, she came up with the new tagline: on the seventh day you will rest forever. And I was like, you're joking me right now? I'm using that tagline. I love my author friends. They're always like, so cool people. She writes sci-fi, and she gave me my thriller tagline. She was like, "You got to come up with a tagline better," because I think I had "The truth shall set you free" one time. She was like, "Okay, no, that's boring. Come on, we can do better than that. Do this." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm using it." So, but it could change. Taglines can change. The title can change. I was kind of thinking yesterday I might want to take the title and rework it a little bit. Um, but I don't know. I just love it. That's what I hear. So we'll see. But I could get lost in these images. So I try to do that between chapters 1 and 2. That's great motivation for me as an author. And just I play around with the images and have myself with that stamp on there. There's my name. It's got to come. I got to write this book. I already got the covers. No excuses. So, and now we're going to get back to our next sprint, our working session. And I'm going to set a clock. I'll do 20 minutes. And then I'll peek back over. So if somebody joins the chat or comes in, they can see the banner and know what we're up to. All right, there we go. Oh, my kid is going down to eat. I told him I'm doing one more sprint and I'll come down and have lunch with him. Family time is super important. Hey, I got somebody over on Twitch. Yeah, I dual stream. So I've got to say hey over there. We're writing the middle of a sprint. Just letting you know we have 8 minutes left. Writing this thriller. Oh, okay. Let's see. I've got 40 seconds left, so I'm going to go ahead and close out. I just saw relativities. Yeah, I was so Nano is really cool in that you can create your own goals. Like Better Days Are Here. She's working an edit, or they're working an edit. And for me, I'm doing a first draft. I have a friend who's doing a rewrite. I have another friend who's doing an edit. So what's great about NaNoWriMo is when you go and you sign up, you have an opportunity to set your own progress, set your own goals. I have one friend who has just set 5,000 for the entire month. That's what their goal is because they're working on just some rewrites. My goal was to do 50,000 words because I actually want to write a novel this month. And I came in with a week prior to Nano. So I think I messed up Nano one day. I was putting in my count and it looked like I had erased words because I didn't understand about the update progress. So now I've got it figured out. And just each day that you write, you go in and you update your progress. And so I'm putting in like my daily word counts. And on the 4th of July, I was at my niece's wedding, so I wasn't able to write that day. So I just didn't put anything in for that day. And it was no pressure. Like family obligations, they come first. But it's just a great place where you can meet new writers. I've already met 2 new writers. They joined my camp. I started a thriller horror camp because that's kind of what, I'm trying to expand my circle. And I don't know any other thriller writers. So I created Cabin in the Woods. So I actually have a camp on Nano and met 2 new people, which is awesome. So I'm learning. This is just my first round with NaNoWriMo. My friends have been doing it since I think 2014. And they were the ones that were like, Jen, you really need this in your life. You're going to love it. They were the ones that taught me about writing sprints. So I'm actually, not perfect with the writing sprints, doing all of the timed writing, but I am making progress. And I love having this opportunity to write live because one, not only about sharing my work, but I get to hear about what other people are doing and I get to meet new authors. So that's something that I love about our author community. And so it's just really another place to hang out for motivation, for connection. And it's just a really great setup. I'll share my screen because at the beginning, I always pull up Nano. There's my old book cover. I've changed it, remember, since then. So I got to go in and I could fix that or just leave it. But you see where I messed up and I did some subtraction and stuff. Like I was like, why did I see that? I was messing up my Nano. Then I would go back in and fix it and realize what I was doing. It was hilarious. But that's like what it looks like. At this rate, I really like this category. At this rate, you'll be done on July 25th. And I've got to add in my word count for today. And so by doing that, you just kind of, you click here. And instead of just saying I wrote 2,000 words like I was doing, which would then erase everything, you add it to it. But I'm learning. And then in the community, I've picked my region. My region has a Discord, which is really cool. I got onto that Discord. I don't know if you guys that are doing Nano talk within Discord groups, but I also have a Cabin in the Woods. So these are for any horror thriller writers who would like to join the group. And I haven't went out and joined any other groups. One of my other author friends, she leads a Nano group. But it's already full. So you can only have like 20 people in a cabin. And so her cabin was full, but she writes in a completely different genre than me. I've never even read a cozy mystery before. And so she needs to build up her cozy mystery people. I wouldn't want to give a slot like anyway, because, and I can talk to her other places, but she, her and Ann, Tish and Ann are the ones that help me. But like, you put in a project that you're working on, and there we go. Mine is to do my 50,000 words. And I just like the tips that they give. They give a daily camp care package, which is super cool. Like yesterday, it was to brainstorm a list of things that you like about your book. I actually thought about doing some of those live here on the channel, because we could all like brainstorm and create a Jamboard together and put all of the things about our books that we like. So that's pretty much Nano for me. And I'm not an expert at explaining Nano, but what I like about it is that you can meet people on Nano too. You can meet other writers. And I always like surrounding myself by writer friends. So that's me. And you get these really cool little badges. I forgot to show you these. And you'll get like the little confetti that comes up. So, and it just builds you up. Those are always cool. I'm sorry, I'm a teacher. I still like stickers. My kids, my high school students love stickers. Don't think we're too old for stickers. So I'm getting my digitals. I give out Bible verses to people, and I call them soul stickers. It's a sticker for our soul. So I love the way that the Nano site is set up. I actually told my friends the other day that I wish that I could figure out a way like to keep Nano going all year, like to do all the stats and do all of the goal counting. And I'm going to talk to some of my math teacher friends who teach computer classes and do AP stats. And I'm going to be like, hey, y'all want to help me? Like, let's get us a place where we can keep doing this, even if it's on a Google form, and we document daily like what we're doing and how our progress is looking. So I'm thinking I could do the same thing with Google products. It's just easy when it's Nano. Stay open all day, Nano every day of the year. Have a Nano Light version. Okay. I'm going to go in and check this word count. I'm not finished with this chapter though, but my kids texted that they are ready to eat lunch with me. I like to spend time with them as we eat. And so I'm going to do my word count, and I'm going to come back in later, and I'm going to finish it up because I want my chapter a day. So I did 1719. And so I'm going to show, so 17, okay. Let me leave that up because I'm going to forget. I don't know if you guys use Jamboard or not, but 17, I think I said 1719. I think I said that. 1719. And I'm at 29,29,7. Total word count, 29,29,7. Today I went into chapter 1 and wrote 329 words just as a rewrite, just in chapter 1. So I can add that to my Nano goals. So I'm pulling it up, and I had 1719 in our writing session, which I'm probably still going to get another 1,000 words to finish up this chapter. She's looking at the reporter right now going, I'm telling you, this was a bad idea. You wanted to interview this guy? Yeah, Marcus Pugh is not a nice man. She called him human in there. And then they got into this thing. She's like, and you wanted to interview him. You said it. And it's like, sometimes what you want isn't always what you need. Okay, 1719 plus this morning, I did 329, which gives me, so I'm making my little notes on my Jamboard sticky note. It was 248 for today's total. I'm going to come back over to Nano. Plus 16,235, 18,283. Update progress. Update progress. And now I'm going to my stats. Oh, there we go. At this rate, you'll be done on July 22nd. That's the part about Nano I like, because it's so cool to be able to see that mountaintop and that flag image. And it's like, okay, if I can get the 50,000 words done on July 22nd, then I can really push forward and add myself 7 or 8 more chapters and actually get like a 70,000 word novel here from this month, which would be completely awesome. So 18,2. And just in case I mess up my Nano calculations again, I'm keeping these calculations on Jamboard, which is hilarious, but I'm still doing it. So I can tell you right now what I had. I had 11,000 words when I was coming into Nano from the week prior to the start of July 1st. So I wanted a jump start. I really wanted 15,000 words before I started Nano. Didn't happen. I got to 11 and then was like, okay, I can live with that. And then now I know that after Nano's over, if I do make it to July 22nd with this goal, then I can keep going and then push myself up to some more of the word count that I need in order to have a really good, solid first draft word count for the thriller, that expectation in the genre kind of thing. But well, it was great hanging out with you guys today. This afternoon, I have a dissertation committee. I'm a content chair expert, and I'm getting one of my learners through. She will be prayerfully through. She will be hopefully passing today her dissertation, so I get to witness all of that and take care of my business this afternoon for that. And then afterwards, whatever time that's over, maybe 3:30, I'm going to check back in and either finish writing with Nano or I'm going to start working with my sweet romance. So either way, I'm going to be back. So if you follow and hit the bell, you'll know when I go live again. And if you're still in a work session, you can just have me up and you can just be hanging out and working and writing with me. So it was really nice to meet you. Better days are here. And thanks, Relativity, for sticking around. She's that's over on Twitch. So I've had a couple of you guys just on different platforms talking. And it was nice to meet y'all. And I'll talk with you later. Bye.